Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to another live trading session. Tuesday again, on the table, same schedule, same approach. And today we're going to make the plans from scratch on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything like that. I already made them yesterday, the plans, because I wanted to post an update on what I will be hunting, and I kind of framed multiple setups on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tau. I made some updates, ZEC, and today we'll do exactly the same thing and we'll go over the setup that I'm hunting. Yeah. Um, so I don't know if I should give it 2 more minutes for everyone to hop up, or should we go straight? Um, Point is, for example, here on Ethereum, I do think that we are witnessing a distribution wyckoff, sort of an ABC correction from this impulsive wave, and that would mean that most likely this bounce is short-lived, and it's actually sort of an AMD, power of 3. That's why, for me, any swing failure of this 1850 level and then the deviation back inside the range would mean a shorting opportunity. So I'm willing to put 2 bullets here on the table for a potential swing failure pattern and then a bearish retest uh, of the golden pocket here. Now it's up to the market how deep it will retrace, but actually might be the case that the 4-hour FEG that we just had here, and by the way, that was the prime indication that the market will dump like crazy. A lot of people became bullish yesterday and they were trying to long against the 4-hour FEG. I did posted the 5 minutes long setup here. It was in slight profits on Ethereum, yeah. But then I did observe that the 4-hour FEG is rejecting really aggressively. Now, one of the main rules that I'm always highlighting is the fact that you don't want to counter trade a high time frame fair value gap. All right. So in the moment that that I observe that we are rejecting the 4-hour FEG, I close my long break even. Now you might say, well, there are cases when the price is just slashing through the high time frame FEG and we create a BPR. Indeed, but if you go and document the cases when that happens, you'll see that they are less than 10-20%. So 80% of the time, a high time frame FEG will be respected and the price will reject really aggressively. All right. That being said, I'm hunting shorts. I'm hunting lots of short setups. I posted lots of short setups. I had a lot of hate for the short setups, but I don't quite care. The setups have to be executed. Yeah, and I cannot look for longs at the range highs. And well, how do you know it's a range? Well, we don't have any breakout. There is no breakout confirmed. We don't have a daily to weekly candle closing above this big impulsive bearish wave. So it's absolutely normal to look for shorts where previously we had support. Sorry, now the price should be met with big resistance. Yeah, it's basic stuff. So let's start it from scratch. Ethereum, there are 2 cases here which I'll be hunting. If you remember, I already posted some short setups back Friday. Thursday, Friday, I already posted some bearish setups. So since Friday, yeah, I was posting the bearish setups. Other channels recon. Yeah, I don't know about any bull run starting anytime soon. Okay, I will abstain myself from giving comments because I need to think about them more. That's a joke in my opinion. Anyway, shorts at the range highs. If I get a retracement here in the 78.6, I will try to short again. Then if the price goes and makes a swing failure here at the pivot high 1850 and I see a deviation on 550 minutes, if you want to be on the safe side, you can go with a 1 hour. Obviously the TP1 would be here at the previous week low 1700, and then the next TP would be at 1590. So that's with Ethereum, and obviously I'll try a low time frame scalp long here to play the range, and I will try a long here. These are the only two areas where I'm playing the long. Classic range game, nothing else. Now if I go 550 minutes, I don't like the structure. You have an impulsive wave, now you have a slow corrective move. So this move, in my opinion, should be shorted. Anything that goes above here, OTE, that's a short opportunity for me. Maybe if you want a high risk to reward short setup, I would wait for an M top. But as I said previously, I would like to see it in the short reload zone. But I think the price is way too weak to get past this resistance area. So it might be the case that we don't get the location that I want. And then I think I will hunt LJ short with an M top structure on the other side of the trend line. So I'm waiting now. I'm not interested in taking anything else on Ethereum beside what I showed you here. On Bitcoin, I did mention the fact that previously there have been so many cases where market left the equal highs as a bait and then they just dumped lower and lower. And I can show you some cases here. Look at this area, 82,000. Everyone was really bullish. It left exactly the same pattern. And also look at 78,000, exactly the same pattern. So in my opinion, considering that it's summertime, be open-minded and try to understand the context, because they might want to fuffle a little bit more with the way that public is trading, and everyone knows about equal highs and equal lows now. But what it's really powerful as an asset when you trade is the context. So I do think that the equal highs will be left untapped. Maybe we get an M top retest. That's where I will take the first short setup. Let me show you here. So these are the setups which we played lately. I took some losses here. I managed to pinpoint long the bottom. I managed to then to pinpoint at the confirmation of that W. Again, I took a long. The shorts, we took a very nice short here at golden pocket retracement. So I do think that it played out quite well. And what I'm looking for right now, it's a bearish retest of this M top at 63,600. And then if I'm lucky enough and I get a bearish retest I get an AMD at the equal highs inside 78.6, then I will take another shot, because the risk to reward is quite good, and I'm okay to lose 1-2 trades before the trade that will get me towards 59,000 will take profit. So the risk to reward is more than 5. So that's actually worth trying a shot. Now the TP1 would come at 60,800. You know, it's a level which I'm waiting for a long period of time. Now, someone asked me, subscriber asked me a really interesting question yesterday, and he told me maybe indeed he's biased because why would I speak about the equal highs and I'm not speaking about the equal lows? Um, because we are creating equal lows in the same manner that we are creating equal highs. So why wouldn't we do the opposite case in this scenario? Meaning that we are protecting the equal lows and actually the price goes for the equal highs. Well, again, the answer is context. Understand the broader picture, understand the period in which you are trading, understand the higher time frames. Higher time frames, we are in a bearish downtrend. No one can tell you that this is bullish. Yeah, if anyone tells you that the last move from October 2025 until today is bullish, then yeah, he needs to check himself. This is really bearish. We have bearish fair value gaps on a weekly time frame, bearish fair value gaps on a monthly time frame. That's a bearish order flow. Simple as that. Then we have a very impulsive move, and this is a nasty looking flat corrective move. Therefore, I still tend to think that the shorts will be more profitable when the price will attempt those fake out breakouts. All right, and that means that market will try to bait a lot of long positions, considering also the 4-hour FEG here. My bias is clearly that the dominant party right now, it's the bearish side, and those equal lows, they are not perfect equal highs. They're not perfect equals like we have at the highs. Yeah, those at the highs, they are really obvious, while these ones, they are not that obvious. All right, I explained that point also. That we cleared out, we can move further. Now, if you ask me where would you take some longs, so all my timeline is trying to catch some longs here at the equal highs, at the equal lows, sorry. I don't have enough reasons because I'm counter trading a 4-hour FEG. So if I want to take profit, for example, my first take profit would be the entry, the flip of the 63,000, which is quite a big resistance, and the risk to reward is not worth it because I have less than 1-to-1 risk to reward there. Then the TP2 would be the neckline of the M top, as I don't expect the price to go higher than the bearish retest of this double top. The first big area where the risk to reward is worth taking it would be around here at 60.8 because I can frame a 3-to-1 risk to reward, and then final take profit would be 4.8. So actually I can get a 3.6 R with the partials and so on. And the main long comes at 59,000. That's my main area. There is a 1-hour FEG, a key SNR, which wasn't retested, down in the shark level at 78.6. So I do think that we'll have a pretty good long opportunity in that area. Yeah, until then, I'm not touching what happens here. I'm just patiently waiting for my levels. And if you ask me, not for an advice, but if you ask me, well, Stefan, what would you do? This is exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly the plans that I'm showcasing you. There is absolutely no reason to fiddle in the middle. It's just to pay fees for the big bosses for exchanges. Yeah, absolutely no reason. Just have patience. Sorry. Um, yeah, I mean, regarding to a bottom, I don't even want to speak about that one. I think it's a joke right now because a lot of people, they lost their nerve. The bottom is not in my opinion. Like 95% probability the bottom is not in. It might take some more time. The market needs to cool off, needs to find a local bottom, yeah, a round bottom. We don't have any round bottom here, and I'm okay not catching falling knives. I'll just wait for the price action to get some structure on the other side of the trend line. And if you look here, when the price got on the other side of the trend line, that's when it bottomed out. Yeah, here. So we are not there yet. Yeah, we are still on the wrong side of the trend line. So I'm not here to outsmart the market, I'm here to trade what I see. And what I see is that we don't have any structure on the other side of the trend line. By the contrary, I think, I'll put the drawings back. I think that if we get another bearish retest of the trend line, the price will dump like crazy. Let me show you. For example, I don't think that we'll retest 74,000 or 70,000 too soon. If we get a retest of 68,000, I think it will just plunge and make new lower lows. But that's irrelevant. I mean, I'm trading the range. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just trading what I have. That's one of the first rules. That's one of the main focus when you want to make money. Play what you have, make the plans and execute them, and don't care about anyone's opinion. Just trade your plans, because no one can click for you, no one can think for you, no one can plan for you. Only you are the one who can make a difference, right? So Ethereum, we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4 setups framed. Bitcoin, I framed 2 setups and 3 potential scalp longs if the location is given. ZEC, I'm shorting this one because the risk to reward is absolutely great. Yeah, the first target would be 301. We have a big wick to the downside, and we have an unretested 0.5 again. There we go. So on a daily and also on a monthly and weekly basis, we have this area which wasn't retested. And usually GAN 50% on the weeks, they have huge rate of being retested. So I do see that this 300 level will be retested. And even until then, if you get a good a good entry, you can make a nice 5R, 4R setup. So the risk to reward is worth it for me. And even if we make an AB equals CD, that would be a target around 184, which is exactly the equal lows here. And even if we look from a range perspective, we see an inverse head and shoulder deviation, bearish retest, an ABC correction, and then I think the next target would be the lows here. So for me, it's a very good risk to reward setup there. As I said yesterday, while I was live in the VIP, also I posted on the subsection. Indeed, Tao delivered really nicely so far. I managed to take 2 longs here. I managed to get partial profits here in the short reload zone, but now it's damn weak. It's damn weak, and in my opinion, it's inevitable for Tao to go here at 160, 140. Inevitable. As long as we hold below this area, about below $200, which is a big psychological level, and KSN are here, it's absolutely logical that you can see this was previously resistance, support. Here I longed for a support, I longed again for a support, but seems like the support is fading, and that means that the immediate pivot for a potential reversal, it's not the key S&R anymore, and it's liquidity. And the first liquidity point is at 180, and then we speak about this equal lows liquidity pool at 160. So these trades can do whatever they want. I took 70% of the profits out. If I'm stopped out, that's good, because I'll be stopped out in profits. So that's Tao. Now, if you ask me where would you long to look to long again, Tao, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, 160, 155. I think that's the next area for a potential good long on Tao. Right now, it's looking sort of an AB equals CD to the downside. It's looking quite bearish. XRP, exactly the same stuff like Tao. It tries to hold the support from this daily W. I try to play the daily W, but as long as we hold below this trend line resistance, I think it will just make lower lows. As I said yesterday, I'm going to give it like 2 more days. It's at near break even right now, right at break even. I'm going to give it like 2-3 more days. I'm looking for a potential inverse head and shoulder here, and this left shoulder to hold. But if it doesn't hold it, and if we don't get past the other side of the trend line, I might consider to close it and just play Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's what is profitable. And shorting shitcoins, that's very profitable. Look at Hype, for example. We had a very nice Hype short here. It was one of the best trades which I had in 2026. And also this one, it's exactly the same setup which I consider taking there. First setup took a stop loss here, and I did mention that if I'm stopped out on the initial one, I'll be looking to short again, and that deviation was absolutely perfect because look at the trade here. I know a lot of people were waiting for it at 78. Even I explained on one of my plans that if Hyperliquid goes there and we have a deviation, I will short it really hard towards 54, 52. Now, there is absolutely no reason to look for any long position. There is absolutely no reason to take the profits, in my opinion, until the price gets on the other side of the trend line, as you see here. So my target is $57 for Hyperliquid. That's where I'm trying to take some longs. Until there, trail the short. It's insanely profitable so far. Yes, here and there. I tried multiple shorts here. This one went absolutely perfect with a retest here and swing failure pattern of the low. Was a really nice shot. Tried another one here out at break even. Same stuff. Managed to take some partials here out. And yesterday I didn't took the other short. We had again a deviation here at the range and the retest, but it is what it is. I don't know, it feels like a hack for the people who are entering the live because these setups, for example, I framed them yesterday with the guys in the VIP in the live stream, and now feels like a hack to actually give everything everything that I framed on YouTube. But make your plans, decide what you like, and trade your plans. I took a short. I got filled this morning on Aave. This is a 3.4R trade. It's a pretty good setup. We have a previous week high. Actually, it's a previous month high, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, previous month high deviation. And I'm looking for again 50% retest of the monthly week. On daily, 4 hours daily. Sorry. Sorry. So there is a big probability for the price to retest that $70 area. All right. I'm short. The short is looking. The setup is looking very good. I'll take it with eyes closed any time of the day. Now for other shitcoins, guys, no. I don't touch them, not even if you give me free money. I'm waiting for the AMD on CheVX, for example, for months already, and I'm not willing to put more risk on the table with these coins. I'll just let them as they are, and I'll just trade left and right what I have. The setups that I showed you, for me, it's more than enough. Absolutely more than enough. So I don't need to put more risk on the table to make more money. I actually need to be consistent with what I'm trading, and actually you can see the results. You can see the results. Compounding day in, day out, slowly. Let's say average on this one 3.91, but it could be actually 2.8. So you have a 2.8 win here. You have a 3R here. That's about 5.8. Then you have a 7R here. Let's say 3R 3.5 with all the partials. You have almost 10R here. That if you risk 0.5%, that's a 5% profits. Yeah, you lost one here, that's 4. I made an article on how I'm trailing the shorts, the setups, not the shorts. If you want to learn, I cannot explain here because it would take 10-15 minutes. There are different techniques. We explain them. We explain them oftentimes when you see us trading, but there are different techniques from THG, the Holy Grail indicator, which uses ATR, from EMAs to trend lines. It depends what suits your style. I made an article about that. Let's go on Twitter to see maybe I have any questions, or on Discord. I see that the students, my Kapwati students, already posted some setups. Oh my god. Damn me. I almost said another word. Yeah, seems like my students posted lots of setups from the Kapwati. I see a short on ZEC, really nice one in the 4-hour FEG BPR. Golden Pocket, nice one. Yeah, I cannot put them on the screen because they are on Discord. I see another setup on Doge. Really nice job, K Adela. So they framed the short on ZEC. It's basically the same short, but they zoomed in because right there I'm on a 12 hours to daily. They framed it on 30 minutes, 1 hour, which is really nice. They framed a nice long on Dogecoin. And then, yeah, there is a potential long that they are trying on hyperliquid at the equal lows, which I mentioned. So swing failure, the equal lows, really nice setups, really, really nice setups. And then I see Adela framing what? Let's see. Ethereum. Yeah. Classic Monday low deviation scalp long. I'll try to put them on the screen also to show you the level of dedication that they have. I'm just tagging. If I don't see activity, I'm tagging them each day to make the plans, because this is how trading works. Consistency over everything. If you're not consistent every day to put the time and effort, you won't be able to achieve anything. Well, not that one. Yeah, I don't know if I can put them on the screen, whatever, but real nice setups. Maybe I'll share them on Twitter. And to have this level of analysis each day, it's insanely nice. Trust me, it's insanely nice. Because they've been with me about 1 year, 6 months. We almost 6 months of intense. Now we get almost 1 year. And they are trading really nice. Okay, let's get back to the analysis. Seems like I cannot put the photos here because they are too big. Let's see if we have any questions. I'm not going to go on the shitcoin side, honestly. I'm not going to take any requests on the altcoins as I don't see any potential. Others, it's in the same spot, nothing changed. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's just consolidating, nothing else. So I don't see any reason why I would put too much weight on the altcoins right now. There is absolutely no reason. Focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Focus on improving your trading. Focus on learning. If you are not that good at trading, you might want to learn a bit how trading is done, because it's not rocket science and you can learn it. If I learned, you can do that too. Learn how to respect the setups, how to put the skin in the game, and just ignore the rest. Ignore the public, ignore Twitter, and ignore everyone around you. Just take the damn setups. That's how you will find your system, by executing. And then there is a big aspect, risk management. If you don't have a proper risk management in order to gather the data, you won't survive. So when you're trading at the beginning, your job is to survive, not to be profitable. It will take you some time until you become consistently profitable based on a system that you are actually creating. And how can you create something if you don't gather the data, if you don't put skin in the game? That's why I don't want to make any connections with anyone. That's why I say 0.5% risk per trade is more than enough. Have the patience required to compound that and take the damn setups. The questions, should I take that setup, only comes when you put too much skin in the game, when you don't believe in that setup, and when your emotions are taking over. So there is a lot to talk about. I'm debating those subjects usually in the subs article, in the live streams. It's a big subject and takes lots of time to explain that subject. Yeah, it's looking bearish for me because we have a 4-hour M top here. I think the next area, 1 second, damn it, go away. I think the next area should be this 7,462. We have some untapped liquidity there. And the next one should be a potential 3 drives here at the lows, where I'm looking for another long. Here. Exactly in the golden pocket. That's a really nice setup for a long. Like this. Another high. And like this. Towards the bearish retest. Damn it. There you go. This is exactly what I would take on S&P. These are the setups. Yes, still 0.5% each trade, and I'm never exceeding 2.5 to 3%. If I have multiple positions at 3% risk, I'm aiming to 3% total risk, meaning that I have 6 trades in the same direction. Like I have 6 shorts. Yeah. You speak about liquidation, that has nothing to do with trading. Yeah, but I'm not here. I'm here to put my analysis, not to speak about those subjects. That's another story. Okay, let's say that I'll take 5 minutes of questions if anyone has, because on Twitter there's no questions, but maybe try to avoid questions about shitcoins. That's not where the risk to reward is right now. Maybe on the short side, yeah. On the short side, yeah. That's where the risk to reward is. I shorted Aave, I shorted ZEC, I shorted Hyperliquid. The plans are made. If you tell yourself, well, I joined the live to look for some ideas and maybe to see if his plans are the same plans like mine. Well, look at it. We have about 3-4 setups already on Ethereum, one setup on Hype, that makes it 4. 2 setups on ZEC, that makes it like 6 setups. This is already played out. If you want a long here at the lows, yeah, that's a good plan. Then we have Bitcoin, 2 setups framed. We have more than 7 setups, and if you put also S&P 500, that's about 10. So more than enough. More than enough. To join Discord, well, that's a bit more complicated. You can either be a subscriber of mine and you apply, and then you might have the chance to get in, but that's not automatically validated because Paul is checking who is applying, and some people, they don't have a place because it's a private community. Or you can join with Subscord, where you don't go through my subscription on X, and I'm not checking the Twitter profile. Paul is not checking the Twitter profile, but it goes straight to Paul, and he is managing that one. Why we are checking Twitter profiles and why we are checking someone's activity? Because we want to keep Discord clean. If you've been in the Discord, you saw that the quality of the people there, it's absolutely insane. The quality of traders and the quality of time spent there, it's absolutely insane. And people, they are appreciating that, especially the veterans who are trading in our community for years. They are appreciating that a lot. And it stays like that. Nothing will change. Regarding that, will take at least 2 years, 1 year, I think, before I can do something like that. Until then, you have the articles which I'm writing. Those articles require lots of reading and lots of experience to get and to understand in order to get to that level of understanding of psychology in trading. Absolutely, Sparrow. After we went private and it's not a free walk in the park, and Paul is checking who is entering and who is trying to apply, the quality of the members is really high. We are just focusing to setups, and that's all, to trading, not to random opinions or people throwing opinions instead of charts. Yeah, I would. If I get another drive at the highs, I would short again, because 100 level, it's a big psychological level. It's so 100 bucks, it's a big psychological level for Aave. And we had a straight pump without a retest of OTE. Also, yeah, I'm fine with the fact that Aave pumped. If you remember, I said that I'm DCAing whatever it's below 60 bucks, and I had a dive right below 60 bucks. I managed to sell some of my spot around here, 50% of my spot, and now I took a short. Who says that you cannot make money in a bear market? I think it's biased and he's looking for the wrong positions. And I'm happy to hear the fact that some people are actually confessing the fact that indeed I'm biased. I'm heavily deep in longs, maybe deep in a loss, and maybe my emotions, they are hoping for a potential breakout while the market looks like crap. Yeah. Paul was mentioning this from time to time. If you want to have a crystal clear overview, turn the media off, and then close your positions. Okay, it's up to you. I mean, it's not an advice to do that. You have to weight it in the manner that, okay, you are closing in a loss or in profits, but go clean, like with the trades. Have no trades, and then look objectively without emotions at the market, and maybe you will see, well, monthly we are creating monthly bearish FEGs. Well, that's not good. Bearish FEG means that the order flow is dominant to that specific party. Weekly we have bearish FEGs. There is absolutely nothing bullish yet. Lower lows and lower highs. Well, why the heck I would be so bullish? I'm not bearish either. I really don't care about bias, honestly. My setup is damn simple. I think I explained it 100 times. I'm DCAing whatever is below 61.8, period. Once Bitcoin goes below 61.8, I'm DCAing. Yeah. Simple, stupid plan. I don't care about anything else. On a daily basis, I will short. Yeah, I will short the shit out of it while I'm buying spot. That's not a problem. Injective? Definitely, I think it's... One second. I managed to buy here at $3 and I sold. Sell half on a double. No, I don't like it here, honestly. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3. But this third level, it's a bit, maybe. Considering the week, yeah, maybe. Yeah, the swing failure pattern here. But I have a problem with that. It's not in the 61.8, it's not in the GP. So I would skip it. Can work, yeah, but I would skip it. I would need a bigger manipulation, sort of an AMD here at the highs, and to have a bigger manipulation, and then to start shorting around here. It's a no for me. Yeah, I looked earlier on CRV. Stop thinking about breakouts, guys. It's a range. I have two potential trades framed here on CRV. The first one got stopped out. The second one it's on. He can do whatever it wants. Potential breakout, I don't know. Because if we look, even though you'll see that, whoa, he's long, and he says that there is no potential breakout. What the fuck is he speaking about? Well, you can see that the price will most likely reject the trend line here. We have lower lows, lower highs. Yeah, so I don't know. I still think range, and I'll take partials around here. It's summer. It's not October, it's not November. That's the period when the big boys are coming back home, and market might say, okay, enough people liquidated, enough people, they don't have the money to invest anymore. Let's put a bottom in the markets. And by the way, thank you for reacting. Thank you for the effort that you put on a daily basis on Twitter, and especially the subscribers and the fact that you are active. It's, if not, excluding the influencers with 500,000 followers, one of the most active communities that I've seen, and that says a lot. If you are active in this period, then trust me, you will reap what you sow. And if you put the time and effort in this period, you will see that in 6 months from now, 12 months from now, it will be quite profitable, in my opinion. Because if you learn how to trade, this period will be really easy in the upcoming period. Well, let's not blah 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 more. Come on. No, I'm not touching that crap. Not even if you give me free money, I'm not touching something like that. Maybe I'm touching it for a short side. Maybe. No, thank you. It is indeed in a buying area, as I mentioned previously, but still lower lows and lower highs. It has a weekly W, but I'm not touching shitcoins. It's just me. I'm not touching them anymore. I've been more than, let's say, disappointed. Otto sent me a nice plan. It would be nice to do that. Yeah. If you want to bid around here, up to you. Little old lady style, maybe. I think you can get risk free. But I'm done with altcoins. Until I see proper structure on others and Bitcoin on the other side of the trend line, I'm not bidding them anymore. Well, let's wait for the setups. Today will be also live in the New York session, like each day, because every day we go live. And it will be for everyone. So if you are on Discord, you will be able to join at the New York trading session. And we'll see you there. I will post an invitation link, but be careful because that doesn't mean that you will be accepted in the community. You need to be honest because you will receive some questions, and those questions will determine if you are able to join or not. That being said, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll hear you in 4 hours from now. Regarding Capua 1, because people are asking me, well, how do you use Fibonacci? How do you use channels? How do you use that? How do you use that? If you want to invest in learning, go to Capua 1. Tell PJ that Stefan sent you. You will receive a discount. But I think he has 2 or 3 spots more. But trust me, and not trust me actually. Look at the reviews. Look at the reviews of the people who took that. You can actually go on Discord and ask them. Go on the general chat and ask people. Well, hey Capua 1 students, please tell me your feedback on how it was, and actually put it right on the wall, good or bad. The answer, I don't care. But I do tend to think that most answers will be in a good manner if they put the time and effort to learn, because it's not a PDF bye. We go live and take you by the hand and explain to you how to draw Fibonacci, explain to you how to put the volume profiles, explain to you how to look for a deviation, explain to you how to look for the ranges and so on. And that's the basic stuff, because the Capua it gets more complicated, way faster. You zoom in on 5-15 minutes. We look for patterns, we look for clear setups, and if you don't have the education, you cannot do anything, because the emotions will take over. So enough with the yada yada. If you want and if you want to learn, that's the place. See you in 4 hours from now. Bye bye at the New York trading session. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it a lot. See you.